On today's show, we preview LSU football's matchup against New Mexico State and introduce you to an LSU volleyball team that you probably haven't seen in the PMAC.
And Alex and I count down the top 5 plays from this past week at LSU sports.
It's 4th and goal, and it starts right now.
Hey, Derek, do I have to do something?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another edition of 4th and Goal. I'm Alex Cheney, joined as always by Derek Kopp. And Derek, I straight did it on you on fantasy last week.
You know, sometimes when you have a guy, when you're playing a guy with the name The Commish, you win some, you lose some, all right? But we'll move that. We'll move along, all right? We have plenty to cover for you guys today, and an amazing story coming up later on the other LSU volleyball team, so you won't want to miss that. But as always, let's kick things off with LSU football. The Tigers come off their first loss on a Saturday night in Death Valley since Nick Saban and Alabama did it 2 years ago on the T.J. Yeldon screen pass with under a minute remaining in the game. Still hurts me. Unfortunately for the Tigers, this game was never that close until the end of the fourth quarter. Mississippi State quarterback Dak Prescott introduced himself to the country and made his Heisman case in Death Valley as he rushed for 105 yards and a touchdown and added 268 yards through the air with 2 more touchdowns. The Tigers could never really get their offense going and finished with just a mere 89 rushing yards compared to Mississippi State's 302 rushing yards. Now, the Tigers don't have much time to weep over their loss at Mississippi State, or to Mississippi State, as the team will welcome the New Mexico State Aggies this weekend on a Saturday night in Death Valley. Now, the Aggies are coming in here with a 2-2 record. They have a strong passing game, stronger than most people might imagine. Rushing offense definitely is one of the weaker, but it's their defense where I believe the Tigers need to take advantage of them. Last week, however, they are coming off a loss to their rival, New Mexico. So we'll see how that goes this week. And New Mexico State also has a couple of players ranking very highly in their given national statistics. We're going to start off with a strong quarterback play by Tyler Rogers, sophomore. He's a transfer, really done great, 18th in the country in passing yards. Big guy to watch out for, Teldrick Morgan, 31 receptions, 464 yards. That is good for 7th in the nation, so he's nothing to sleep on. And the most tackles by Rodney Butler at the end, 47 total tackles. Again, nothing for Tigers to overlook. Now, the game versus the Aggies will start this Saturday with kickoff at 6:30 Central Time. And if you can't make it to the stadium, the game will be broadcasted on the SEC Network.
Football isn't the only game in town anymore. Last night, LSU volleyball had its first home match of the season against the Kentucky Wildcats. LSU volleyball turned in a strong performance early, but would not be able to contain the 14th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats late as the team fell in 4 sets. A strong defensive effort from Kentucky at the net was no match for LSU's spiking abilities. In the loss, the Tigers had 3 players finish with double-figure kills, led by Brianna Holman, who had 13 to go along with 7 blocks. And Katie Lindelof put together another double-double effort, earning 12 kills and 10 digs. The game was the team's introduction to the SEC Network, but couldn't get the win. Kentucky is 11-2 and should be a threat for the national title. After the game, head coach Fran Flory remained optimistic about her team's performance.
It's fun to play when you get to play on your home court for the first time and you get the opportunity to have the band and do all that and play in front of the Tiger fans. But, you know, we have to find a way to kind of bottle that emotion and flatline it. Not at a low level, but at a high level, and just maintain our discipline and consistency. And that was the only disappointing part of the evening, really.
You can watch the LSU volleyball team next this Sunday as they take on Alabama in Tuscaloosa. The game will be on the SEC Network. Coming up, we tell you about the LSU volleyball team you probably haven't heard of.
Spike, dig, or kill your way back with us.
2nd and 3rd, nobody out, and back up the middle and backhand swipe by Kirsch.
Welcome back to the 4th and Goal. Now, if you think collegiate volleyball is the only classic indoor game that you see played at the PMAC, well, a few students might have something to say to you. The LSU Sand volleyball team completed their inaugural season last spring with a record of 6-10. With the season right around the corner, the team's open tryouts have ended, and preseason practice is already underway. Tiger Tori Mason shares some exciting new developments for the Lady Tigers that fans can expect to see in the near future.
The sand volleyball team isn't wasting any time preparing for next season. Head coach Russell Brock is already preparing his team for the upcoming year and is especially excited to see what the sport's first recruiting class has to offer.
Last year was great in the spring. We had a lot of fun training and playing, and so just waiting until now has been a little bit of a trying time as far as patience goes, but now we're here, so that's really good. Having the new class in is really fun. The first recruiting class, and so the opportunity to kind of go out and find players as opposed to really having access just to who kind of was already here is great. And you know, we're doing a ton of recruiting on the classes to come too, so kind of getting a picture of the vision of the program moving forward is starting to become clear, and that's really exciting.
The sand volleyball team has even more to be excited about with the future plans of an on-campus practice facility.
I've seen the floor plan for it. It's insane. It looks awesome. It's going to be where the old tennis courts were. I think just having it on campus with the students around that can come and join, it's going to be great.
This is still new. Every day is exciting, and it's great to have new blood around, and we're loving our training opportunities.
We're going to have a really good group, and everyone's really dedicated to the program. I'm really excited to get started.
I'm Tori Mason for Tiger TV Sports.
The Lady Tigers kick off their 2015 season in March and will continue to host their home matches at Mango's Beach Volleyball Club. And if you would like more information on the team, check out their page at lsusports.net.
The LSU soccer team will finally be back at home tomorrow as the Lady Tigers face a tough number 6 ranked Texas A&M Aggies squad. The Tigers come in off a 4-game road trip, which saw the team go 1-3. The Tigers are led this year by freshman Jorian Baucom, who has 5 goals and 2 assists on 27 shots. The Tigers are also led by sophomore Summer Clark, who also has 5 goals, 2 assists on 24 shots. The Aggies are coming into this game with a 7-1 record, with their only loss coming to Arizona State. The team is led in scoring by Shea Groom with 8 goals on 30 shots. After the game, the Lady Tigers will welcome the SEC for the final 10 games of the season. Of course, in the SEC, it's never easy to win. You have to go after every game really individually. As in soccer, the RPI rating is much more important than any sport. So if LSU wins, you want to see how that team did afterwards. You know, in basketball, you have an RPI rating. Well, in soccer, it's the exact same way, just much more important. Just check out the graphic and you will understand. The Lady Tigers will take the field tomorrow night at 7. The game will be broadcasted on the SEC network, and of course, you can catch it on ESPN3 or the Watch ESPN app. Coming up after the break, Derek and I run through the top 5 plays in LSU athletics this last week.
You won't want to miss play number 1, so come on back.
Facing Kinsley around third. He'll score, and the Tigers will walk off winners.
And welcome back to the show. Alex, is it time to do it on them yet? I think it's time.
I think it's time.
I mean, come on, let's do this.
It's time for the top 5.
Let's roll it out. Let's go. All right, we're going to start with play number 5. This is a huge spike for the Lady Tigers. Here we go. Up, bump, set, spike, boom.
Huge spike.
Lays it down. You can't touch that.
Coming at number 4, if once is nice, twice is better. Let's see it again. Brianna Holman. Different angle. Bow! Oh, no chance in the. I don't want to get in the way of that. Do you want to get in the way of that?
Not at all.
That looks painful.
Yeah, I would leave a mark, I would say. Here is play number 3. This is Terrence McGee. This is the right towards the beginning of the game. This is like, oh, LSU's got it. Beautiful pass to Malachi Dupree from the running back. Let's throw.
You don't see that.
The Hatter needs to throw some of those. Some
trick plays coming in at number 2. This was right after halftime, just when you thought LSU might have a chance. Beautiful strip and return for a touchdown by Danielle Hunter. Of course, was not enough for the Tigers, but still a great play.
That was right when we were getting to go, and here is the number 1 play. We had to do it. We got to tip our hat. You got to tip it when it's needed.
Good job,
you know?
Dak.
Dak Prescott,
this is a great play.
Right here, let's run stiff arm on Jalen Mills. You can't touch that. This game was his Heisman moment. I'm not saying he's going to win it, but to consider him out of it would be dumb.
Would be ridiculous.
That would be.
And a play like that has to help your candidacy. Really, they kind of ran all over us. And hey, full respect to Mississippi State.
100% respect.
You got us.
Got to say, though, speaking of respect, we got to pay our respects to the captain.
The captain, Derek Jeter. last start tonight for the Yankees in Yankee Stadium. It's a big moment.
Favorite Jeter moment?
2001 World Series. They lost, but it's, for the way he came out and played after 9/11 like that, I think it was great.
I like him in Seinfeld. That's just all I got.
Unfortunately, that's all we have time for today. Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow us on YouTube at youtube.com. Join us every week.
Join us every week, guys, live on Tiger TV on Campus Channel 75 at 6 o'clock. If you'd like to watch highlights of full shows, go to the website. It's pretty awesome.
For all of us here at Tiger TV, have a great week. Stay classy, Baton Rouge.